get the chat up. These guys are going to be higher level than us? Yeah, I would imagine so. I'm not sure what level, which is part of the problem here. I reckon they're probably like level 10. Let's do a little recap what happened. So we started off the episode inside the destroyed elven forest homeland. We then sort of discussed which way to go. And against our initial judgment, after some divinations from Anton, we decided to go north and go the long route through the towns. So we did our invisibility trick, turned into a Pegasus and started flying, only to be accosted by a terrifying set of enemies, 4 flying mounted wraiths on nightmares. They sort of chased us, we went down to the ground to get ready to fight, and they just kind of left. So tried this a few times. It seemed that like if we wanted to fly, we were going to get attacked by these things, and no one wants to fight a bunch of epic flaming wraiths or whatever the fuck they are. So we just stayed on the ground and traveled on Pegasus back by foot north through the forest until we reached the road. The road seemed relatively quiet until our first night's camp, when Anton spotted a kobold spying on us. We decided to move our camp and kept walking through the night. Only for the next day, I believe, to be ambushed by said kobolds, and they literally dogpiled us with about 30 of them on each of us, trying to, coming out of some invisibility spell, all jumped on us. Anton and Tyrael got like overbeared by these kobolds. Luckily, Imric just about managed to escape and get outside of the massive kobolds, and then won initiative and managed to basically vaporize the entire group of kobolds with a couple of lightning bolts. Later that day, or maybe the next day, we spotted a cart coming down the road. I threw a light stone towards it to illuminate it just to see what we were dealing with. It seemed like it was just literally just a man on a cart with a couple of horses. Anton used tongues to go and speak to him, and we learned that this guy was ferrying supplies to the front lines of the war. And I argued with the party that we should not kill this guy. It is a risk to leave him alive, but I felt like it was a very minor risk and not worth claiming an innocent's life. However, the two of them disagreed with me and cut his throat, and then somehow tried to blame it on me for the fact that the guy was dead, but Imric wasn't having any of that. And we finally emerged from the forest. We passed some towns along the road, staying clear of them, traveling through the woods, until we get to a point where we'd have to go into some pretty severe foothills and pass through a large town in order to keep going along the road. I advised the party that we should head southeast through the forest to try and join up with the river, thereby bypassing the foothills and the town. Once again, Imric and Tyrael in their wisdom, Anton and Tyrael in their wisdom, disagreed and overruled me, and we carried on along the road through the foothills, past one of the towns easy enough, before getting to the large town at the center of the foothills. So we then headed backwards to follow Imric's original suggestion, but at this point it was too late. We'd already been spotted, and patrols were sent after us, including a flying wizard with a spyglass floating above the town watching us. Luckily though, we managed to outpace them using some swift flying. Again, Imric's doing saved the party for the 3rd time this episode. We're only an hour and a half in at this point, and we managed to make our way to the river and just about avoided detection by these folk. So now we're heading south along the river, and we get accosted by vagabonds, bandits along the road. However, it turns out these bandits aren't such bad guys after all. They're only bandits because they disagree with Verassi's rule, and yes, it took some of the gold that we'd acquired from the carriage driver to persuade them, but we persuaded them to escort us south towards Keygate, which is the town, one of the towns that we'd heard the dragon slaying knights might be in. And we headed into the swamp, almost running into a hydra, but managing to avoid it, until eventually coming across another group traveling in our same direction, who we make camp with that night. And all is going well. Tyrael notices that they have an invisible wizard with them that hasn't shown himself. And in the middle of the night, despite Anton being on watch, he doesn't notice, probably falling asleep or trying to learn his spells when he should be on watch perhaps. But luckily, Imric wakes up to find his spellbook being slowly removed by an invisible person from his backpack. Quick thinking, he grabs a handful of pocket sand, colour sprays the invisible wizard, knocking him out, and a very tense standoff ensued. But eventually, the wizard's traveling companions realized that they were outmatched and surrendered. We got hold of the wizard's spellbook as payment for his dastardly deed, and we left them there for the night as we carried on in the morning. So we headed along that road to Swampside, eventually getting there, where we settled in an inn for the night. The next day, Tyrael went out searching for clues on Gilroy and his Dragon Knights, and after a aced perception check, spots what looks like an incredibly new house in the middle of a sort of overgrown bit of ground on the edge of town, and comes back to report to the party. All right, so yeah, it was a good episode. I got a spellbook, you know, I sort of stood up to Tyrael and Anton, and even though they won't admit it, kind of made them look pretty stupid, I would say. So I think they're starting to realize that maybe, you know, they can't blame Imric for everything. I know he's got a good nature. He might be the only one of the party who's not an evil fuck at this point, but that doesn't mean that they can just pin everything on him. They have to live with their decisions, live with their lack of morality. Something I think you guys should do is teleport to the door and have knock ready, because I feel like they'll have alarms or other traps set up on the way to the house. Well, we've got... I don't think there'll be alarms on the way to the house. I do think there will be an alarm on the door, but we can get to that Caballero in a minute. The real fight would be if the Dragon Knights get help from the town. If not, they should get rolled. That's pretty optimistic, Nova. I don't know that they'll get rolled. Not sure I like the tension between the brothers as the others just start going more evil. It's great RP, though. Yeah, well, I don't know why the two of them are losing their morality. I feel like it's classic D&D, right? When the going gets tough, people want to abandon their alignment and just do the easy thing. Imric's not going to do that. Now, at the same time, to sort of downplay myself a little bit here, fucking kids, them making the hard decisions, or them making the evil decisions that benefit us, and then me being able to take the moral high ground does stand me in quite good stead. You know, if we were all good, we'd be in a tougher situation, but it's kind of the best of both worlds for me, because I get to sit on my moral high horse while they do the best thing for the party in terms of the evil actions. There was no chance you could survive the kobolds without the Nat 1. Seems like a strange encounter. I know Tyrael failed the check to see them, but still, I think we would have survived. I don't think... Like, with a heroic fray, you get like 5 attacks around. I feel like we would have been able to kill them enough for them to retreat when they realized that they couldn't fight us. What's going to stop Solemn people from just hunting you down for the weapons just like you are now after you go back? I mean, they could, but it's not going to be that easy for them. So, I think things that we can do, right? The first thing to do is, so, what are we dealing with, okay? What are we dealing with? So, we know that there's a cleric using the mace and shield. We know that there's a wizard. We know there's a fighter using this spear, right? Wait, am I getting this wrong? Can someone remember? There was 2 fighters, one using the spear. It didn't seem like any of them were using the sword or the bow, from what I could tell. If they only have the dragon's weapons, they're not very good against people. I mean, they're pretty good. They're still +3. But yeah, not as good as Tyrael's sword. Not as good as Anton's spear. If we look at the 5th level version of Liamon's Secure Shelter, Hidden Lodge. Similar to the 4th spell, Secure Shelter offers one significant improvement. The shelter is perfectly camouflaged to blend in with whatever terrain or surroundings are appropriate. So, it's clearly not that, right? I'm pretty sure it's going to be this version. No, otherwise it'd look like moss and stuff, or like a rock in the middle of that land it's in. This is a silly discussion because it's irrelevant which one it is at this point, because the only difference is whether it's hidden or not. I'm not saying that because it's the 4th level spell that the cast is only level 7. I'm not suggesting that. I just think that if you were casting this every day, you would cast this one instead of the one that requires 100 GP diamond. Yeah, that Dragon Slayer. I mean, it seems a stretch that he's level 7. I don't think he's level 12 though. So I think we can assume that he hasn't got 6th level spells. Right? Oh, we also know that one of them is injured. One of the fighters. One of the fighters is injured. Can you cast spells with a smaller radius than max? I don't know. It's never been really properly confirmed whether that's possible or not. In the past, it's been allowed, but most of the time, I think the answer is no. Yeah, Gilroy's not the injured one. Did we know which one was Gilroy? Was Gilroy using the spear?
Is it our understanding that they'll have all 4 dragon slaying weapons, or just one of them with this party?
All 4.
So we don't know which one is Gilroy. Could be either, really. Just the XP from killing 12 dragons would make them higher than level 8. Not necessarily. Probably, but not necessarily. We should check for problematic non-verbal spells and prioritize getting a silence stone on the wizard. Well, look at my ideas. You saying that? Drop a silence stone down the chimney. Like, is that a good idea? We make a silence stone. We drop it down the chimney. Anton casts it. They'll know straight away that something's up. Anton dispels the house and then we fight. Or we just drop the silence stone down the chimney and wait for them to come outside one by one. Maybe Gilroy's the spear user since Anton was mistaken for him? That's smart, yeah. This is probably Gilroy. I thought, set up silence stones everywhere, dispel, they land in a silenced area, worst case scenario, they teleport out. Well, they can't teleport if they're silenced. I think if you drop a silence stone and a dark stone, Tilda can just kill them all with the ring. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. We make a silence stone and a dark stone and drop them both down the chimney. Wouldn't silence cancel that? Cancel what? The alarm? Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it would, but it wouldn't matter anyway. It's not going to trigger the alarm. Better to throw the silence stone as soon as the dispel goes off? No, I don't think it is, because it'll be in the fire, right? Like, it won't be easy for them to find it if the silence stone is in the fire. But it's, what radius is silence? It's 20 feet, right? So I think it's going to cover the whole house. This is actually a really good idea, I think. It's 15-foot radius, so no matter where the stone is, it's going to get the whole house. If the chimney's in a corner, the opposite corner's not silenced. Yeah, I guess that's true. But it's probably not, right? Why would the chimney be in the corner? Well, I guess it might be. It's still going to get most of them. Streaming alleys today? Indeed, yes. I've taken the afternoon off. Well, I usually don't stream on a Friday, so this is a bonus stream. Extra special bonus stream. Can you believe it? How lucky you people are. Hey, look, that's Scoria. Hey, look, that's Scoria. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's watching me. All right, this is the spear. I bring death to dragons around me. I quell the fear of their enemies, and I can speak directly with them. We together are the doom to all dragons. Oh. This is the sword. Okay, Kralford. This is the mace or the hammer. Okay, it deals extra. It's a D4. It's imbued with a magical spirit that communicates psychically with its wielder. Spirit's personality sets reflect that its user. It's quite single-minded in its desire. Can sense the other dragon-slaying weapons. Can sense the presence of dragons. Can sense invisible entities within 50 feet. Can sense good or evil within 10 feet. And it can sense hidden traps and doors or shifting rooms within 10 feet. So invisible entities within 50 feet. So we don't want to be invisible. Or we don't want to be invisible within 50 feet of the house. No, I wouldn't have done it, Crumpster. It would have been extremely stupid. It's another thing. I mean, I've said this on the stream before. They want to blame me, or Neil blames my hubris for Vico dying. But actually, it was the hubris of Steven and the rest of the party for trying to do those 4 things right at the end of the session without any time to think about it. This would be a very stupid thing to rush into. Why not pay them to come to Arcadia and help you kill Scoria? It's not going to work. Neil's not going to let NPCs kill Scoria. You should probably focus on regular attacks. As Dragon Hunters, they'll have anti-AoE breath weapon gear, so no lightning bolts, etc. Yeah, you're probably right about that, Decode. Did Neil specifically say that they returned with the injured person on the same day of your arrival? Don't know if I didn't catch it, but it felt like Neil was talking about the incident like it happened recently. Not exactly the same day. The cleric might already be healed. Yeah, I think they might already be healed. I mean, if this guy's a high-level cleric, he's going to have a lot of healing spells. Chances are the guy's already full health. Is that meta-knowledge if you deliberately don't go invis when doing the stone thing? I don't know, is it? Why would I go invis? It's outside. Does Verasi get heals? Oh yeah, we'll have to check that as well. Well, even if the cleric's the one who's injured, as long as he's up, he'll be able to heal. Yeah, I thought Clertis told us about the weapons. I feel like, yeah. We heard about it from someone. And we know about it detecting invisibility. The bow. Force dragons to land. Magical spirit communicates. Okay, so the bow doesn't do anything else. Harbinger cancels dragon fear, enables the wielder to speak draconic, and slay dragons if okay, yeah. So it's that there's no additional properties that we need to be too worried about. It's just this from the hammer detects invisible creatures. Maybe Imric should be more vocal to bring some reason to the party. Yeah, I think he is being. Don't worry, I won't let them do anything stupid. Well, I've tried my best to stop them before. It's not always easy to stop them being stupid. Seems to be in their nature. Okay, we've got our Wand of Fear. Thing is, their spell saves are probably insane. Got potions of extra healing, I should remember that. I've got a darkness stone on me, I've got light stones on me. Tyrael can't use True Sight to see through the darkness because he already used it on the shelter earlier. It would be best on Anton or Imric if darkness strategy is used. Okay, good to know, JYF. If you're hasted, Tyrael might be able to steal the wizard's component pouch if it's even on him while he's sleeping. Yeah, but Tyrael trying to sneak in is a bad idea with the alarm spells and stuff. The way to do it would be to wait for them all to be asleep and then somehow get the candle going in there to put them magically to sleep while they're asleep and then break in. Use a Silent Stone to bypass the alarm. Use a knock spell to get through the door. Hold our breaths. We hold our breath. Tyrael sneaks in and kills them all in their sleep. Don't you have a potion that raises your level? Oh yeah, we do have a potion of superheroism, don't we? I don't have Dimension Door, no. They'd all have Stone Skin, right? Maybe? Probably. This might be the time to use the potion of superheroism, yeah. Doesn't silence wake people up? No, I don't think so. I mean, did he actually do that? That's such bullshit. Casting Stone Skin on 4 people in a safe town every day would be insane. Yeah, it would be. Neil said something about watches in the streets. Yeah, sure, guards, but I mean, not all the high-level fighters. If their wizard cannot cancel secure shelter at will and the house is small enough, could you climb to the chimney and have one of the brothers use the shield wall to block the door and cast Minor Gateway Water a couple of times into the chimney and try and drown the party? Yeah, maybe. It's a stone cottage, so it would probably hold the water. They could break the windows. Yeah, they could break the windows and try and sneak out, but they're going to come out one at a time then and get slaughtered. Well, the wizard will be silenced, so he won't be able to cancel the spell, unless he's got like a wand of dispel, which he might. Yeah, the cottage goes inside because it needs to be heated with a real fire. Yeah, I am thinking of using the Elven Cat Whiskers to boost our dex and AC. Well, at least for me and Anton, because Tyrael's already got magically boosted AC dex. I don't think there will be any doors internally. I think there'll just be the one door. I mean, it's only 15 foot by 15 foot. It's not that big. It's 3,000 cubic feet. So basically the whole house fills with water, because it's probably not 15 foot tall either. So I reckon one minor gateway fills the whole house with water. And then we drop the Silent Stone in afterwards. What do they do? What do they do? They're silenced, they're underwater, and they're drowning. Well, holding the door might not matter because it's going to burst the shutters, right? Like the shutters will smash and water will start flooding out. Is this how you state your case to Koibu now? This is from a previous episode. How much water will fit down the chimney? I think it'll all fit down. It depends on how large I draw the thing. I'll just draw it the size of the chimney. It should just bust right down. Hold portal on the shutters. Oh my god, this could be so cool. Wait, we cast hold portal on the shutters and hold portal on the door. Then I fly up, minor gateway, Silent Stone down the chimney. The house floods with water. They can't cast any spells. The best they can hope for is to use a wand to dispel magic on the stone, and then to like get out of the house using like dispel magic on the whole portal and get out of the door. But even in this situation, they're still in a bad situation, right? They're coming out. As soon as they open the door, the water floods out. They're gonna fall. We immediately get like 3 attacks on them because we'll have a surprise round. They just dispel magic the house at that point. Even still, that's still really bad. We'll still at least get 1 round there. Drop the Darkness Stone too. Can the house hold the water? I feel like a secure stone house could hold the water, yeah. The walls could. The shutters. Let's look at Hold Portal. Magically bars a door, gate, or valve of wood, metal, or stone. The magical closure holds the portal fast, just as if it was securely closed and locked. Any extraplanar creature with 4 or more hit dice can shatter the spell and burst open. A wizard of 4 or more experience levels higher than the spellcaster can open the hell portal at will. Knock spell or dispel magic can negate it. Hold portals can be broken or physically battered down, so I actually don't think hold portal would work against the water. It doesn't seem like it doesn't make it more sturdy against physical attack. How do you fill a house with water if the air can't come out? I guess the air would go out from like under the door and through the shutters. I'm talking Twitch chat. What if you use Mark of Recall to pull them all back to Arcadia if they have the items and have the giants help you kill them? And instead of trying to insta-gang them, why don't you seek out information about if they do anything in town, if they have a separate? Also, if you use the Darkness Stone, you could just use it on Imric and keep yourself safe since you are most at risk. Also, could you use the Wall of Fire maybe? I don't think the candles care about them being inside. Along with the illusion candle. I'm thinking the Wall of Fire will go inside the house. I did think of the wall of fire candles. I think that's quite good. The alarm spell only reacts to physical interaction. Yeah, it says so. Any creature larger than a rat. The shutters probably do break. The door probably breaks as well. Unless Anton does hold it with the shield wall. In which case, maybe it doesn't. Polymorph into something smaller than a rat? Yeah, I mean, I could go as a spider down the chimney. But that's risky, risky business right there. The spider's still quite big. It's as big as a robin, right? A small bird. So I'm pretty sure that a small bird is smaller than a rat. A pink candle could be clutch. It could be. Yeah, we could set that up outside the door waiting for them to come out. The big thing will be when you're looting them and the guards show up. Like, the guards at this point, like, they'd have to be really stupid to try and fight us. Oh, it'll definitely fill up the house fast enough, Chrissy. It happens within instantly. So yeah, it will fill up the house instantly. Now, downside with the plan is that Imric's going to be polymorphed above the house the second all this happens and won't immediately be available to fight. That being said, though, I can be flying as something that has... I can have some of my components that I need. Like, I can have my magic missile spell ready and slow ready. That's really all I need. Everything else will have already been cast. If there's a wizard, won't they just teleport everyone away? Well, the Silent Stone will stop them. But if they can dispel the Silent Stone with a Dispel Wand and then teleport out, that could work. But I don't think a wizard in one round can teleport a whole party, right? Like, if we look at teleport, it'll teleport maximum at £250 plus an additional £150 for each level above 10th. So even if he's, say, 12th level, he could do £550. So he'd have to be, like, 12th level to be able to teleport the whole party. Wait, does that include himself? Yeah, but 12th level is kind of unbelievable, given that the house is only 15 by 15. The size of the house implies that he's level 7 or 8. Why not lightning bolt down the chimney after Minor Gateway? Yeah. That creates like a fireball explosion. And then we just have the other... I'm flying above the house. The other two are waiting outside, ready for them to come out once all my spells start going off. I Minor Gateway, I Silent Stone, I Lightning Bolt. They like eventually probably find their way out of the house, only to run into Anton and Tyrael hasted, ready to kill them. Maybe the house was created by an item or a scroll. That's true. Yeah, that is true. That is possible. Hidden Lodge is a better level 5 version of Secure Shelter. If you read Hidden Lodge... Knock knock. No. Wait. Afro Courtney. First of all, you need 100 GP diamond to cast it every night, which I feel is unlikely. Plus, the only major difference from Hidden Lodge versus Secure Shelter is that it's camouflaged in with its surroundings. It's clearly not camouflaged, so I'm pretty certain it's the level 4 spell. Does the Wall of Fire candle stay lit underwater? I don't think so, no. But yeah, we could also set up a wall of fire in front of the door, but if they open the door and all the water rushes out, I imagine the candles would go out. I'd still expect them to pull some Neil Navy SEAL fuckery no matter how much you prepare. Well, the last time we did something like this, it was against the vampires and it worked a treat, if you remember. Chimney sounds tricky, secured by a top grate of iron and an arrow flute. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the water spell will just smash the iron grate and flood the house immediately. And even if it doesn't, like, the water can flow through the gate pretty easily. And then the Silent Stone will be like sloshing around at the bottom of the water. They'll never find it. They'll never find it, right? How are they ever going to find that Silent Stone to even cast a spell on it? It's going to be under the water. The water's going to be dirty. It's going to be dark. They'll never find it. Yeah, they're clearly more capable than the vampires, but I'm just saying that Neil, if you have a good plan, Neil lets it happen. Yeah, no, clearly Neil will come up with something, but I think that this is a good plan. Is there a possibility the water shatters the chimney? I think if I aim it right and I draw the portal smaller than the chimney, it should just go straight down. I don't think it would, like, smash the chimney unless it's, like, the portal itself is bigger than the chimney. How are you going to use the spell and have the Silent Stone on you? Oh, that's a good point. They'll have to throw it to me. Oh, Minor Gateway has no verbal components. Ah, it's perfect. It's literally perfect, right? So we can cast Minor Gateway while silenced.